Thank you very much for tuning in to Gokhshtein Unfiltered, episode 3 with Richard Hart from Hex. As we talk about Hex, is it a scam? Is it a Ponzi? What does he think about Bitcoin, Ethereum, regulations, no regulations, free market, regs? We talk about all of that. We dive deep. What's going on, everybody? Episode 3, Gokhshtein Unfiltered. My name is David Gokhshtein. I'm joined here today by, man, this guy is, I feel like he's like the Ric Flair of fucking cryptocurrency and this entire industry. The man is Richard Hart, the founder of Hex. Richard, what's going on?
Loving it, bro. Just wearing my expensive clothing. Got my $250,000 watch on just for you, bro. I want you to like me. So, you know, I wear my good stuff.
I already like you. I just want to, can you do me a favor? Can you just break down exactly what you're wearing right now? And
sure, man.
Literally the price.
This is a $250,000 Rolex GMT Master 2 SARU, which stands for Sapphire Ruby. This here was given to me as a gift. This is double-sided rose gold and platinum. If you search for Hex pendant on or Hex Bobby White, this is made by a dude in the UK. This thing is sick, man. Totally sick. These are brand new $5,550 crystal Nike Virgil Abloh Louis Vuitton Air Force ones. I actually got special edition ones that they only kind of gave a few people, these gold ones. Yeah. I got those too. I don't know where they're sitting, around here somewhere. Got a $9,000 Prada jacket sitting over here. I just flex, man. You know, $9 million of watches, 9.6. I got the world's largest diamond. I got $4 million of cars, $3 million in cars.
Which one's
your Lambo? Favorite? I mean, 1,000 horsepower Ferrari is murderous. Okay. It's absolutely murderous.
All right.
If you go on dragtimes.com, and he just raced a SF90, which is what I got, 1,000 horsepower, all carbon fibered out, versus the old fastest one, which is a Pista. And it's like a 1 second faster in a quarter mile. That's a lot. So it does a 9.6 in a quarter.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I think the Lamborghini sounds the best. The Evo engine, the V10, it just sounds so good.
That's ridiculous.
It sounds so good. And then the Bentley, even the Bentley's got an exhaust that'll pop and rattle when you put it in sport mode. And that's like, it's got double pane glass for quiet. And that thing just eats up bumps. I love that. It's got night vision. You can see with thermal at night. It's sick. Like it has a thermal camera in it. And then, you know, I got a monster truck. I got a G-Wagon that's lifted from the factory, portal axles. So there's actually like this much ground clearance before you can actually hit an axle even. It's insane. Like even you see monster trucks in America, they put big ass tires on them, but then the axle's right in the middle of the wheel.
Yeah.
Portal axles lifts that up and gets that out of the way. Sick. I'm getting a new one of those when they come out, but the dealers don't have price sheets on them yet. I think those are my favorites.
That's why.
Hey man, you know, when you saw the top on the day, I called the top on the day. I told everybody. Now everybody else is, you know, they're not at all-time high net wealth, but
hold on, wait, hold on. So before we get, because Rich wants to go right into this, he already has the steel chair ready. Hold on, Rich, can you tell us more about Hex? Can you tell us about Hex and PulseX?
Yeah, so Hex is just Bitcoin with a proof of work change. We use Ethereum miners instead of Bitcoin miners. And we inflate to reward people for defending the price by locking up their coins, whereas Bitcoin inflates to blow up the environment and murder the price to enrich mining hardware companies and electricity companies. It's that easy. It was also given for free to Bitcoin holders. It's also had perfect flawless operation for over 1,000 days. It's 2.5 years old now. It's up 750x in price versus Bitcoin currently after a massive dip. And that was if you bought January 5th of 2020. So it monetizes time. The longer you lock, the more inflation you earn. Similar to Bitcoin mining, the more hash rate you get, the more inflation you earn, except it's good for the price instead of bad for the price. And then PulseChain.com is the world's largest free airdrop. It's a fork of Ethereum that uses proof of stake instead of proof of work, saves the environment, burns 25% or more of the fees, and gives you a copy of all your coins on a new chain. You can go test it now. Go to PulseChain.com. It's very easy to enter it into your MetaMask and try it out. You know, if you had coins on the Ethereum network 6 months ago, 8 months ago, something like that, then your coins are going to be sitting there waiting for you to play with. You can trade them. PulseX is our fork of Uniswap. It also does fee burning. It burns 25% of the fees as well. And you can, run the fee burning contract yourself. It like is a little bit trustless. Yeah. And so we've got our own faster, cheaper, higher throughput version of Ethereum with the world's largest free airdrop. We've got our own fork of Uniswap with lower fees, higher liquidity on that chain, on the PulseChain when it hits mainnet, which it's not yet because my devs are fixing things still. And I give away a lot of free coins, and I gave Hex away for free only to Bitcoin holders. And now I'm giving away PulseChain, PulseX, and a copy of every single coin on Ethereum to millions of people. So
listen, if you decide to give away any of your vehicles,
want a Rolex?
Let me fuck that.
An AP.
If you want to give away any of your fucking Ferraris are pretty.
Ferrari, want a Ferrari?
I like the Lambos though. There's nothing like that exhaust.
The Ferrari Roma is beautiful. It's the cheapest Ferrari and it's the most pretty Ferrari. And you can fit small people in the back, like girls. I like the Roma a lot.
Jesus Christ.
And at the track, I like the Roma more than I like the Evo. Even if the Evo puts down better numbers, I just like driving the Roma better.
Well, again, it's a prettier car, but I like a machine. I like a machine that just digs into the ground. That's, to me, Lamborghini. Let me just ask you this. All right, so most people don't know this, or maybe they do, but most people, I guess my audience might not. You were Bitcoin maxi.
Yep. Back when everything else sucked. Ethereum used to suck. Used to be terrible. Now it's pretty good.
So you were that guy that would come on. You were literally that guy that would come on and say like, yo, you're in the shit.
Ethereum just is a master scam. This is what everyone launches their scams on. There's nothing good here. They rolled back the chain. Yeah, that's what I used to do. And then they got stable coins that were awesome. And then they got margin trading. And then they got Hex. And then they got options. And then they got better price performance and like some fee burning. And they just they won. Like they murdered Bitcoin. They did everything better.
Ethereum, I can hear it in your voice. You love Ethereum.
Well, I mean, I love my fork of Ethereum that you're going to get for free more, but since it's not out yet, then Ethereum is still better than most things. Yeah.
But you appreciate it for what it's
done. Of course. I mean, look, man, let's say you want to de-risk or earn yield.
Yeah.
You can do that in Ethereum. You can do that with Hex on Ethereum. You can de-risk into stables on Ethereum. You can earn yield with Hex on Ethereum. But in Bitcoin, let's say you want to earn yield, give up your coins to somebody else, pick up pennies in front of freight trains, watch when you never get your money back. How are you going to get into a stable coin? Give up your coins, hope you get some money back. Goodbye, privacy. People that try and get private in Bitcoin, every time they get identified and wrecked. So like those guys that hacked Finex for 70,000 Bitcoin, the guy and the girl, guess what? They got tracked down. They tried to mix. They tried to do coin join, mixing and all that crap. Oops, didn't work.
Do you really
coin join and mixing on Bitcoin's a joke?
Rich, you really think it was them?
100%.
You don't think it was some insider they used them?
Oh, you mean like the exact vector they used? I'm not sure. I'm not sure the exact vector.
I don't think
the guy did have the guy had a computer security like background. So if it was believable.
Did you see the TikTok videos she produced? I mean, like, is this the person?
It was funny.
I mean,
it was funny.
You can't tell me this person actually has.
My outrage marketing is way better than her outrage marketing.
Well, I agree with that, but I'm just saying.
I mean, her outrage marketing was so bad that you had to actually hit Alt F4. With me, you still want to keep watching. With her, you're like, I can't take it. That close.
That person though, on that TikTok, I can never take seriously as the person who went ahead and did that kind of shit.
I mean, come on, man. I think it was a division of labor a little bit. Probably he was the dude actually,
Probably. But like, there's no way her like that.
With the anonymous mask on. He had his anonymous mask on.
Yeah, exactly. Here, I want to ask you this. Why is Hex not taken seriously because of you?
It's literally Bitcoin with a proof of work change.
No, I get that. I
don't understand how people don't get it. It's like, wow.
Why, but do they not take it seriously because you're so flamboyant? Or is it because...
I mean, bro, look at Vitalik's clothes, man. He dresses stupider than me. It's just cheap.
I get that.
He wears cat outfits, man.
Well, the cat out. I mean, I'm dig. I don't know. Listen.
So I don't think it's the clothes.
No, it's not. I'm just saying.
The billionaires that I've met that have like spent hundreds of millions on Hex, they seem to like Hex just fine. like the number 21 employee at Google that loves Hex, Jack Levin, who I just did a stream with, he likes Hex just fine. Really smart people, the God whale, who had like 300,000 or no 100,000 Ethereum or something, that's bought millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of Hex. He likes Hex just fine. Like there's geniuses and very respectable, very intelligent MIT graduate, everybody that just loves Hex, and the people that don't love it are the people that all just got liquidated and wrecked. So maybe Three Arrows Capital thought it was stupid.
But
Bankrupt.
maybe they just don't know much about it. Maybe it's the narrative that's been hit out there into the crypto industry by.
Well, I can tell you. I can give you the timeline. So it's changed over time. Okay.
Okay.
People have hated Hex differently over time, and then as those hatred narratives have failed, they've rotated to new ones. Okay. So originally it was ETH recycling. It's all recycled. There's no actual users or demand. It's all fake.
Okay.
Then it was, it's going to die after the big payday. We had this big payday where if you had coins locked up for even a single day on November 19th of 2019 or 2020 or something, you would get like at least a 33% payout and at most 100% payout, but you'd had to have a much longer stake. But if you were just staked for one day, you got at least 33% more coins. And then apparently after big payday, everyone was like getting in for big payday. It was going to die right after that. Okay. It dipped 86% on that day. And then it went straight up and kept going up and up and up and up and up and up and up, up. And then the narrative was, what was the next one?
Is it
it was going to die. It was going to die when like the original guys, the Bitcoin free claimers, their stakes ended because everyone was mandatory locked for a year. So if you were a free claimer, you were locked for a year, whether you wanted to be or not.
Yeah. And
so the minimum amount of time, if you claimed so basically that was like 1 year minimum. And then everything went fine. And so now the last remaining, here's another one. There's no volume. And then you're like, hey guys, when was the best time to buy Bitcoin? When there was no volume. Hey guys, how do you measure how much the exchanges and market makers are victimizing the users? Volume. Hey guys, what makes market makers and exchanges rich? Volume. Yeah. And what makes the people rich? Not volume. Hey guys, what's the volume on a Mona Lisa painting? Hey guys, and then it was like, if everyone sells, the price goes to zero. You're like, yeah, if everyone sells all the houses, the price goes to zero. If everyone sells all the gold, the price goes to zero. If everyone sells the Bitcoin, price goes to zero. And then here's another one. And by the way, I go through all these and murder all these on hex.com/scam. And then they say, oh, what kind of honest project would have a page called scam? Well, the kind of honest project that's getting accused of falsehoods constantly by everyone forever because they're just dumb people.
Well, why do they go ahead and accuse Hex of being a Ponzi scheme?
Well, this one's the best one, right?
They said
Ponzi scheme by definition has a middleman that owes you money and lied to you about how that money was generated. That's by definition.
I'm going to cut in. I don't usually interrupt. So,
Go ahead.
They say this, as soon as I said I'm having an interview with you, all of a sudden the fucking DMs flooded with, make sure
don't give them a platform. A bunch of people with no followers are going to tell you.
I don't give a fuck about that because I don't listen to people. Ultimately, I have a media company to run, and I have a bunch of people that are into Hex that want to go ahead and listen, and some don't know what the fuck Hex is, and they want to hear about it. So I will provide that platform, and then you guys pick and choose whether or not you think it's a good one. I mean, that's all I can do here. At the end of the day, Ponzi scheme. That's easy. One to ask him about the Ponzi scheme. That is a Ponzi scheme that they locked everything in, and he took everything for himself. He didn't lock anything on his end. That's why he's driving all these fucking cars. He got to tell everybody he has a big dick, and he got chains and big ass diamonds all over the place.
Yeah, rich, complete retards. Anyone that thinks or says those things is a retard. Okay. They should get on their knees and pray that I let them hear my live streams to educate them. So. Origin address. Origin address got 50% of the supply of Hex.
Okay.
You do the chain analysis. Not a single coin the origin address has ever received appears to have been sold on exchange ever. Chainlink founder sells all the time. Ethereum founder sells all the time. Hex origin address doesn't appear to have ever sold.
Are you more decentralized?
That narrative, bro.
Are you more decentralized than Bitcoin?
It depends on what aspect you're looking at. In ownership, number of people that own, no, because we're early. But there's only 300,000 people that own Hex max. But there's like millions of people that own Bitcoin. Because we're early, there's more opportunity. It's more centralized. Best time to buy Bitcoin was when Satoshi literally owned 100% of the coins. And so people look at the opportunity of centralized ownership and think, oh, it's not good. You want to know what else has centralized ownership? The United States, where 1% of people own 50% of everything. Amazon, Facebook.
But we're trying to run away.
Tesla.
We're trying to get away from the centralized system that has put us into this narrative and this program to go ahead.
That's not true.
Well, the United States,
not true.
They put us, you don't think that this system, the 1% put us into a system to go ahead and make sure that we're just smart enough to go ahead and just work for them while they chill on fucking islands and get nice tans? And
I figured out their game and gave you the opportunity to beat them at it. So you could either hate the game or you could win the game. It's your choice. I choose to win.
But a lot of people don't have the same opportunity as they do now.
But if you change the game, you got to learn a new way to win.
Okay.
So this the big problem is that people conflate, and since some people watching are so stupid, they don't know what that word means. They mix up decentralization in ownership, which is called socialism, with decentralization in the nodes, which is called robustness and censorship resistance. In the nodes, you want decentralization so the bad guys can't just kick in doors and change things or make the network stop working. But in ownership, who needs to sell? The pleb who's got rent to pay, or the billionaire that's just racking up extra zeros and is sick, could never possibly spend it balance? The billionaires rarely need to sell. The plebs have to sell all the time, which is why they often buy tops and sell bottoms. So, people say decentralization good. It is only in one place, the nodes. And the ownership, it's actually not. And it depends on also this assumes that the person that has the most supply usually does what's in their own best interest. Like, you usually don't see Elon trying to murder his own stock price. You usually don't see Bezos trying to murder his own stock price. You usually don't see a whale in a coin usually try and murder the price of the thing that he's holding. They usually try and help the thing that they're holding. People usually act in their own economic self-interest. And by the way, if they didn't, blockchains wouldn't work at all, because mining only works because people act in their own self-interest. If you didn't act in your self-interest, you could just mine zero transaction blocks forever and no one would ever be able to transact. They're just like, ha ha ha, we just mine empty blocks all the time. Ha ha, we crippled your network. But they don't do that because they'd rather make fee money than they'd rather the bags that they have go up in price and have a functioning network.
But
so this idea of Ponzi scheme,
don't care about the bags anymore. I mean, there are people that don't care about the price of Bitcoin anymore because they see, I stated this before, everybody here is in it for the gains. Anybody says otherwise is full of shit. But there are people that are just beyond the gains now that are trying to make sure that everybody gets into crypto. As many people can get into
some people, sure. But those people get ostracized. Roger Ver tries to get little retail businesses to actually accept crypto. People look at him like he sucks. Roger Ver tried to get the Bitcoin fees to go down. People look at him like he sucks. Now, he got a lot of people wrecked with BCH. That price was just straight wreckedville, because they gave the free coins to the wrong people. They gave the free coins to the wrong people and they gave them too many. That's why BCH's price is always wrecked.
But you agree with me that Bitcoin opens up. You agree with me that Bitcoin opens up the doors to
as long as the guys that are in Congress right now trying to close the doors don't get their way. Sure.
To me, though, everybody wins as long as you don't have to like Bitcoin. I don't give a fuck if anybody likes Bitcoin. But if Bitcoin opens up the doors, it will open up the doors for other legitimate projects to come in where they can build. Who knows? Maybe somebody says, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to build on Bitcoin. I don't want to use Bitcoin. I want to use Ethereum. I'm just saying hypothetically. But
I mean, look, it sounds good, but it's not really true. So Bitcoin was licensed as legal tender in El Salvador and Ethereum wasn't. So where's that open door at?
Not yet.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though, right? Like, it would have been real easy to just add it now. But Bitcoin, their president was busy FOMOing the top on Coinbase from his cell phone. So, oopsie.
I mean, but at the end of the day, like you need to get in there with one, Rich, right? Like one. That one holds the.
I think cassette tapes were a great stepping stone to CDs, and I think CDs were a great stepping stone to MP3s. And I think MP3s were a great stepping stone to lossless stuff. So, technology makes progress. Bitcoin, not so much. How's that Bitcoin roadmap? Hey, what's that thing you're excited about that's coming up for Bitcoin?
Which one?
Yeah, which one? Tell me.
No, I'm saying which one. What else am I excited? What, the halving? Is that?
There ain't nothing, bro. That's what I'm trying to show you. There's nothing on their roadmap. They suck balls. There's nothing on their roadmap. It sucks.
Listen,
as a matter of fact, they lied and they said we were going to get a block size increase 3 or 4 years ago and never came.
But
real easy, one piece of code change, bro. You just change one number.
But then that sounds like what BSV wants to do. And
it was on their roadmap that they published. Blockstream's roadmap, Bitcoin Core's roadmap. It was their fucking roadmap. They lied. Wasn't anybody else's roadmap.
But that sounds like that's the argument that BSVers go ahead and make all the time, that they want.
I didn't write their roadmap. If you don't like the Bitcoin Core Blockstream roadmap, you needed to ask them to change it. But it was on the roadmap back when I defended Bitcoin against the New York agreement and supported user activated soft fork and no 2x. But guess what? Nobody on the stream even knows what I'm talking about because they weren't around back then, because they weren't in the class of 2017. Everyone watching is probably a noob. So I'm speaking alien speak to you guys right now.
Richard is passionate, guys. Richard is passionate. That's one thing that, listen, whether you agree with his takes or not, the dude is passionate. I think, I know I'm going to get murdered for this because, I'm supposed to be here and be the bad guy and I'm supposed to tear Richard down. But you guys
try.
You guys already know, for the 10 plus years that I've been here, like, I'm not trying to go ahead and destroy anybody. I'm just trying to get my questions answered. Period, said and done. Like, I'm trying to figure out why Richard. First of all, let me say this real quick. If you guys want to go ahead and go one-on-one with somebody, make sure that they're in the room. Don't go ahead and talk about them while they're not in the room, which was what happened on Twitter Spaces when, Richard left the room and then all of a sudden everybody felt ballsy and started talking. And
they ain't saying a word when I was in there. Scared.
Exactly.
Cowering.
But I was in the room and I challenged you on NFTs. And that's where I was leading to with this, because we're probably not going to share the same opinion, or we might, I don't know. But for me, it's not, NFTs, to me, number one, what do you think about them? But number two, I'm going to hit you with this because I know that you're going to go ahead and go into it. For me, it's not about the artwork, because the technology itself, I truly believe, will go ahead and make it a lot easier for our society to go ahead and function. And I'll tell you and I'll explain it, but I just want to get your thoughts on NFTs and then I'll tell you why I believe so.
All right, go ahead. Show me your NFT bags. I'm ready.
Fuck the Bored Apes. Forget about all this shit.
You got one in your fucking profile, man. You have a Bored Ape in your profile.
No, I don't. Look at my profile.
It says BAYC number some shit in your fucking Twitter profile.
I put that number in there. So hold on, Richard. If I want to go ahead and meet you and I don't have the chance to meet you, but you own a Bored Ape, okay, I could potentially now meet you and network with you.
I'm just saying, don't say you don't promote that shit when you promote that shit.
Hold on. I actually, right now, I'm on some different shit with the Bored, but I'll explain that afterwards. But the NFTs to me are more so for real estate, for titling. That's where I feel the technology will work best. For me, that's my take on it. It's not the 10,000 PFPs that are created. I don't care about that. I really, truly don't care about that. Do I degen?
I'm about to savage the thing that you thought was good in a second. So that the technical thing that you like more than the profile pictures, I'm going to savage that in a second. I'm just waiting until you're done.
Oh my God. But
I'm going to savage the shit.
Hold on. It would make it's easier to go ahead and do things when NFTs are embedded. And I'm going to use an example because Alfa Romeo is already there. They have embedded NFTs into their vehicles. For me, that's a major thing because Carfax sucks. You can go ahead and literally the dealers can go ahead and call up Carfax and fuck with that shit. Second, rollbacks. Anybody trying to roll back mileage, NFTs can put an end to it. To me, the NFT technology that's provided would allow a car to finally appreciate and not depreciate, and owners will finally know that they are getting a vehicle that is mint or that has had something happen to it, and they can accept it and potentially buy it or walk away from it. But there won't be no mystery surrounding it. I'm just using
none of that's true.
An example.
I'm about to savage all that, dude. I'm
but
gonna kill all that.
But it, you
no,
can tell me about
kill all that
cars
right
and all that stuff, but it's not. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna kill it.
Go for it.
Is it my turn?
Listen, go for it. Go for it.
A G-Wagon gets rolled in Italy, and the guy fixes it up at his local repair shop. Instead of getting a salvage title, he bends the frame back, and that's it. Yeah, but he fixes it.
But the NFT is embedded into there.
Yeah. Okay.
Changes happen.
I'm listening. So his local car repair guy fixes the car for the guy, and then what happens to the NFT? Nothing, because the local car repair guy doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit about your NFT. He doesn't update a database anywhere. He just fixes the car.
But hold on.
And now there's a rolled car that's had the frame bent and should be on a salvage title. But instead, you've got this car with an NFT, and now you think you got a good car, but really you got a rolled car.
But hold on.
The shit doesn't work at all. Not even a little bit.
With the tech, if the tech is put into place correctly, there will be no way for them to. Well, listen, everybody can get around some way, but hold on. But I didn't finish. There's always a way to get around something. Absolutely true. Hold on, I can't disagree. Otherwise, I'd be lying. I'd be lying if I said that.
True.
But not to.
So half the time that NFT ain't gonna do shit. If someone logs something on the NFT, then it can be immutable. Cool.
So hold on.
But they already do that at the fucking factory.
Yeah, but
they already do that at Mercedes. Mercedes already has a record of your shit. You already have a VIN number.
But
it's already unique.
Take the turnaround time. You want to talk about service, but let me talk about this. The guy, going to some guy on the side to go ahead and repair the car and not have salvage appear on the title. If the NFTs are embedded correctly and there's a system that's put in place, the guy rolls back. Okay, let's do another one, since I don't think this one was compelling enough. You take your fucking G-Wagon to the Italian repair shop and you go roll back the odometer. And he goes, but sir, that's illegal. I don't want to. And you go, but I'll give you really good head. And that guy goes, you got some nice lips. Let's do it. I mean, yo.
And so he rolls back the thing, and then the car gets sold with a rollback odometer. Notice that there's no NFT in the story, because there wouldn't be, because no one cares, because no one's going to update it. No one's going to say, oh, by the way, we rolled back the odometer NFT. Well, it's not gonna dude, this shit doesn't make any sense. The NFT will not do fuck all. The only thing it could possibly do, maybe, is if someone had logged the mileage into the NFT, which they already can do. They do that at your inspection, right? So in Europe, they inspect your car every so often. They log it. Which there's already a mutable record on their end.
They always fuck it up, because obviously if you drive a German car, you have kilometers instead of miles, and they'll fuck up the entire thing while they're
got no miles over here. you hear European sirens in my live stream sometime. So like, I'm just saying, man, the thing don't work, bro. And then land, it don't work neither. Okay. Let me tell you why it doesn't work for land. It doesn't work. The only way it would work is if the next guy wanted to roll it back past the checkpoint, but he could roll it back above the checkpoint all he wants. It would just prevent someone from stopping rolling back beyond a certain point. And they already have that at the DMV, and you can pull those records, and they already have that at the dealer. And you already have an NFT in your car. It's called your VIN number. It is your non-fungible token. It's called your VIN.
We have it, but it's controlled. It's controlled.
But you know what? You can just post your own. You can post your own VIN number to the Ethereum blockchain with a message and put a picture of your own miles on there. And you don't need nobody to help you do it. And you don't need a token to do it. You can do it yourself right now.
But it's not, but it's
you do it yourself for free right now. Not free. Maybe it costs you $1.
But hold on. The technology itself, why would I want to go ahead and do all that shit when it can do it for me? Like, I take it into a authorized dealer and they put right onto the NFT. But it's a good.
Okay, hold on,
Richard. Whether you believe this or not, whether you believe in it or not, it's a good concept.
Okay. Alfa Romeo. Let's talk about it. Alfa Romeo. The technician that fixed your car,
Whoever buys it
makes one typographical error and adds a 0 to one of the numbers and submits it to the blockchain. Are you fucked or are you not fucked?
Listen, very good point.
Because if you're not fucked, he can change it. And if he can change it, you can skip the whole stupid blockchain bullshit and just leave it in their database.
Okay, but what if, hold on. Now I'm going to go and reverse it here and say, okay, you could put an extra 0 in there and you can be fucked.
Oh, they will. I fuck up typos sometimes. Everybody does. You're going to get typos.
There could be, what if you have to confirm it 3 times?
I like that you learn fast though, man. I'm telling you, I'd have the same conversation with other motherfuckers and they would pretend not to get it. For 2 hours, they pretend not to get it. You get it. And then you're like, all right, it sucks sometimes. We do have to edit the blockchain sometimes. Fuck.
No, I'm not talking about editing. No, hold on.
You have to.
I'm not talking about editing I'm talking about before it's submitted to the blockchain. Make sure.
No, but bro, like some guy's going to do it maliciously then, non-accidentally. He's going to do it because you banged his girlfriend.
Yeah, listen.
You know what I mean?
Listen, people are malicious.
I'm just saying it doesn't work. And so here's the basic overriding theme why it doesn't work. I'm going to tell you the theme why real estate doesn't work.
Richard, hold on.
Bitcoin's been around 13 years. You don't use this shit for nowhere.
You wanted to put
this 13 years old.
Hold on. I only think NFTs are effective if they have a tangible asset to it.
I'm saying that's why they're not effective. I'm telling you that every single instance where a blockchain.
Hold on. Listen, you were talking about your diamond being on an NFT. That's a tangible asset.
But it's tangible for meme value. It's not tangible for fraudulent impersonation value stuff.
Oh my.
Anytime a blockchain touches the real world, it breaks. Let me explain to you why. The blockchain doesn't touch the real world. A human touches the blockchain. A human touches the real world, and the human is a fucking liar.
Okay.
So when you say, you know what, we're going to keep mileage records on the blockchain, the humans lie to the blockchain. Blockchain does its job, makes its immutable copy, but the humans lied. The New York Stock Exchange published bad stock prices. If you put those in a blockchain and the blockchain's immutable, now those bad stock prices are mandatory forever, and everyone got liquidated when they shouldn't have. And then the New York Stock Exchange fixed their bad published records on their private database that they have the ability to change. And then the blockchain would stay broken forever. And so in any instance where a blockchain touches the real world, it is not trustless. And because it is not trustless, because you have to trust someone not to just edit the data, you can just skip the blockchain and leave those same people that you already trust to not edit the blockchain, to just do it in SQL or Postgres or SQL. So
you know what? I like Richard. I like Richard. He's Ric Flair. I'm gonna say this right now. Ric Flair, like somehow he's related. There's a relationship here. Okay. But
what happens if a fucking house sinks into the ocean? You got to update the blockchain, right? And you got to trust a guy to do that, right? You can trust that same guy to just run that database on AWS.
My thing is
skip the whole fantasy.
You know what?
Skip the joke.
You hate Bitcoin, but I think you only hate Bitcoin because of the people in it. I don't really believe you hate the code.
It's just old bad tech. I mean, it's not. It's not really hate.
But hold on, I whatever your opinion is, but I think more of your hatred is towards the maxis than it is actually towards Bitcoin itself. And you're going to agree with me? I know you will.
It sounds fair.
All right,
it's cool. I mean, how can you hate software, right? It's just a tool. Exactly. It's like hating a screwdriver.
That's
so,
what it's all about.
Okay. I like the way that sounds. Sure.
NFTs, it's tech. It's tech. We're getting that is one thing me and you can agree on. It's super early tech, right?
No, but why isn't this clear? The blockchain doesn't have eyeballs. It can't see the real world. So human beings just act as its eyeballs and lie to it. And then it doesn't work.
But hold on. As we dive deeper into NFTs and we go ahead and implement, well, it's already implemented, IPFS, on-chain technology, all that stuff. NFTs only get better. It only gets
better. It's fine for collectibles. It's fine. It's fine for a lot of stuff. It's just not fine if you overpay.
But can we agree that maybe one day,
it's fine when it doesn't touch the real world.
You don't know. One day Hex might have.
No, we have NFTs in Hex already. We already have NFTs in Hex. Let me tell you what they did. They took stakes. They took stakes and encapsulate. So they got a smart contract that would make a stake. and turn that stake into an NFT. And then you could trade the NFT and trade the stake. But in normal hex stake, you can't trade. That is an amazing example of a real world application of NFTs that doesn't have counterparty risk because there's no touching the real world. It stays on the blockchain. And when things stay on the blockchain, you can trust them.
But
so you're just
right there, you agree with me on, but NFTs can work.
They're working in Hex now.
Okay. Yeah, all you're doing is just, for me, it's not a, like I told you, it's not a I win or I'm trying to win. It's just more like
we have working functional NFTs on Hex now that encapsulated stakes and allow to trade them, and you can buy them on OpenSea, but they work, and I don't argue against them because they're truly trustless. They don't touch the real world where someone just lies, and they don't require anyone from the real world to edit things. So it's all stays on chain.
Current state of the industry, what do you think's wrong with it?
Bitcoin goes to 11K. Michael Saylor.
No. I'm talking about what's wrong with the industry, man. You are ready with these chairs to take it at Bitcoin. Holy shit!
You don't think Bitcoin's price going down is wrong with the industry? Like it's
no. I'm just saying seriously. Like fine, you can go into
the scam industrial complex. I mean, things that go to zero get listed at the front page of CoinMarketCap. They get talked up by everybody. Things that could have saved people that remove counterparty like Hex are hidden from everybody. All of the media companies promote margin trading, which is the most destructive thing that anybody can do. They lose all their money, but the people that make money are the guys shilling you the referral links. So now people that basically every YouTuber is a referral link maximist, because that's where they make their money, because they're not actually successful. They launch coins, the coins fail. They try and trade, they lose all their money. The one thing that they know how to do that they can't lose money on is just shilling you referral links, and they make their commission. And if they're smart enough not to trade it, they get to make some money. So the scam industrial complex, I'm banned from advertising on Instagram. I literally just promoted my own page. It didn't even link to Hex or anything, just linked to my own richardhart.com.
Are you banned everywhere?
Restricted, banned from Facebook, banned by Zero Hedge, banned by Cointelegraph, banned by CoinDesk, banned by Saylor, banned by Mashinsky. Basically, everyone that makes money on scams has banned me.
You believe?
I wonder why.
You believe all these people are scammers?
They make money on scams.
Okay.
So you might say media companies that promote things that go to zero or otherwise greatly harm people, they made money on those things. Were they directly scamming? No, they're just promoting scams. So call that what you will.
So
yeah, the
so
scam industrial complex has got me on the block.
Let me ask you a question, Rich. Do we throw around this word scam? I feel like we
Bitcoiners do. Bitcoiners do. I don't.
Everything's a scam. Everything's a scam. Everything's a scam.
But everything's not a scam. Like Monero is not a scam. It tries to be an anonymity technology. It's just vastly less useful than Tornado Cash, which is a superior mixing technology, and has not had bugs like Monero's had, where they had an inflation bug, and they had a bug where if you used your coins after only receiving them for an hour, they weren't actually anonymous. Oops. No one talks about these things. And so Monero at least is honest in its intention, although Zero Cash ate its lunch. You mixed your Monero. Now where can you use it? Like nowhere. It's super duper hard, like nearly impossible.
But that word is thrown around too loosely, though. I believe in this.
Which one? Scam?
Yeah, I think. Well, so.
Yeah,
because if you're trying to build Hex, right, and PulseX, that's a
it
scam.
Is, and so is the word Ponzi. Ponzi requires a middleman to lie to you. If you're minting your own coins like a Bitcoin miner, where's the middleman? Where's the Ponzi? Where's the fraud? Where's the lie? It's honest truth. And people talk about pyramid schemes. Pyramid scheme is very obvious. You make money referring someone who makes money referring someone who makes money referring someone. You make a commission on ramping someone. None of that happens in Hex. For 1 year, we had a referral program, and then it terminated on a program timer.
So you feel like this is
that's it.
Is this a narrative that's being produced by the maxis that probably don't like you?
No, I'm just saying everyone calls crypto a pyramid scheme when it's
not.
It requires referrals to be monetized.
Listen,
everybody calls crypto Ponzi, but a lot of times there's no middleman.
I don't care about
in Celsius, you gave your coins to a central counterparty with the expectation of profit solely from the work of others, which is direct language from the Howey test that makes that a security.
Okay.
And then you don't get your money back. That sounds exactly like a Ponzi to me. It sounds exactly like an unregistered security to me. It sounds exactly what I've been warning people against for years and telling them directly to remove their money from Celsius. And the people that listened to me were saved, and the people that didn't are wrecked.
Listen, I speak about this on Spaces. What is it? Not your keys, not your crypto, not your Bitcoin, not your ETH, whatever you want to go ahead and throw out there. It's not yours.
And it's not just that. It's also not your computer, not your movie. If you bought a movie on PlayStation, they just removed them all. They're like, oh, you just lost all your movies. We turned that service off. PlayStation movies is over.
You know, I don't know. I don't know if I feel bad for people that went ahead and went into Celsius, because this entire space has tried to warn people not to go ahead and give up your keys, to hold your keys. It is sacred to go ahead and have your assets, that you own them. And like, imagine me going outside and just saying, oh, you know what? I'm just going to give my money to some crackhead. And hopefully once I go ahead and come back, this crackhead's still on the corner.
I faced this scumbag on live stream in person and told him that people giving their keys to someone else for yield was a terrible thing. In person, on stream. Everyone else was happy to give them their keys. I've warned so many people for so many years. Like this dude, Crypto News, Omar Baum, he got wrecked in Luna. I was on a live stream with him. I told him, you're picking up pennies in freight trains. You're risking your whole stack for 7%. You'll be part of those headlines where millions of dollars are lost to either a hack or a judgment or fraud. No one listens. You're like, hey, all right.
Which leads perfectly into, we came in, or at least I came in basically into this industry because free market ruled. Free market. And now, and all you heard was free market as the, during the
times have changed.
Everything was bull, right? Everything was free market though. Everybody's screaming free market.
I mean, but you're in like how I got in 2011. It was all gold bugs and freedom advocates and libertarians when I got in.
And that changed.
But did you get in like 16?
No.
When did you get in?
Lower, much lower.
Well, just give me a year.
Come on, man.
I don't fucking know. Like, I know that.
Could have
been anything.
I try to like fucking so people can stay away from
I don't know when you just tell me when you got in.
Not the same like time as you, man.
Oh, I got in 2011. Okay. Well, then
so
you've been in forever.
When I came in, it was a kumbaya, it was punkish, and people.
Yeah.
But like,
there was no Ethereum. Ethereum didn't exist.
Of course not.
Nothing, like it was
there
like
was a different vibe. There was a different vibe.
100%. 100%.
That vibe is no longer around. That vibe has changed. Okay. That vibe.
It's all venture capitalists now. Who do the Bitcoin guys worship now? A guy that got fined by the SEC for $6 million for fraud. What? You guys worship Michael Saylor? Wow. And you give him money? Listen, did he say he might buy Bitcoin with or might not? Hold on. It's up to him. He could really do whatever he wants.
Saylor got balls though, because Saylor's putting a lot of money into Bitcoin because he believes in it. I mean, you got to give somebody credit. He
pumped everybody's bags. I give him credit for that. He pumped all of our bags. We all made a shitload more money because he got a lot of dum-dums to FOMO to top. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. But the dum-dums should dislike you, though.
You don't think he's done? You don't think he's been a positive reinforcement for this community?
I mean, he took on leverage. Liquors, ladies, and leverage is how you lose your money in this business. Ask Suzu, ask Kyle Davies, ask Woo Capital, all of which have had bankrupted hedge funds. How am I doing? All-time high net worth. How are they doing? Wrecked.
All right, so let me ask you this question.
You know, the guy that went irresponsibly long Ethereum, he has a media company too. He's never had me on his show. What's his name? The guy that I told that he shouldn't do that. He shouldn't take leverage. The guy that got wrecked on the largest trade of his life, his words, quote unquote. What was his name? RuPaul, not the drag queen guy. Something other Paul. Raoul Paul.
Oh, that.
Yeah, wrecked.
Oh, is that real?
Raoul Paul wrecked. Suzu wrecked. Kyle Davies wrecked. Saylor wrecked. Lost billions. Richard Hart, all-time highs. These guys ought to get together and think about trying to get some extra information out of me.
I'm definitely going to disagree with Richard. I think that'll make a comeback. Richard, come on.
Bitcoin will make a comeback, sure, but it'll just be worse than everything else.
But hold on.
When the bull market comes back, Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin. Hex will outperform both. No crystal ball, no financial advice. but that's what happened before. And it's what I think will happen again.
Let me ask you, let me lead into this because we talked about this it's a segue into, all right, so free markets or regulation, like where do you stand? Because like 1 minute we're screaming free market when, it's green. And then when everything turns red, we want regulation. Which one is it, man? Because for me personally,
I think they should regulate us to just make us the global reserve currency. They should just make HEX the global reserve currency. Call it a day.
Okay.
Why not?
Right.
Why not? It's better for the environment. Why not?
Well, you have to say that because if you weren't the founder of HEX and you weren't making that kind of statement, I'd kind of look at you like.
No, but I'm the founder of other stuff and I don't make those statements. Like I'm the founder of PulseX and I don't think it has those properties. Like,
hold on. I'm talking about serious reg. Like, do you think we should have regulation in here? Some sort of regulation? Or should we?
I think that they should let you sell Bitcoin to your neighbor like a baseball card and get rid of the money transmitter risk crap that causes regulatory arbitrage and enriches these middlemen exchanges, which aren't doing any good for anyone. They're just centralized honeypots that lose everyone's data and de-anonymize everybody and cause harm for everybody. So there's no reason that Coinbase should be making billions of dollars.
Do you think
when
Coinbase
it should be an actual commodity? They should be making the same money a lumber seller makes because it's a commodity. So the same guys that are selling lumber, the commodity, it should be Bitcoin, the commodity. You should be allowed to sell it to your neighbor without having.
Should everything in this space be a commodity?
Well, so a lot of things aren't. I mean, some things are obvious securities. I mean, the language is very simple. Are you giving your money to a common pool with the expectation of profit solely from the work of others? Is there critical managerial or entrepreneurial effort being performed? That's it. That's the language. So in a lot of stuff fails all that. A lot of stuff is a security.
Would you classify HEX as a security?
A lot of stuff is not sufficiently, absolutely not. In HEX, who gives you your coins? You give yourself your coins. As a matter of fact, you're the only person in the entire world that could possibly give yourself your own coins because you're minting them into existence that never even existed before. You and your private keys that only you have, that you generated doing your own computation and running your own transactions is what generates more HEX for you. It's like drawing yourself a pony picture. There's a piece of paper. Here's a pencil. You draw yourself a pony picture. Now you have a pony picture. You could sell it for money. Is that a security? So no, that's the fruits of your own labor.
So if anybody calls bullshit on that,
HEX is Bitcoin with a proof of work change. We use Ethereum miners instead of Bitcoin miners. We inflate to protect the price. Bitcoin inflates to destroy the price. That's it. Very simple.
Richard, when did you get into this whole thing with
HEX is more secure than Bitcoin, by the way, literally.
He's not, I'm telling you, these chair shots, and listen.
But people don't listen. They think I'm kidding. They think I'm not serious. Bitcoin had 2 inflation bugs. Anyone could mint as many free coins as they wanted. Monero did, Ravencoin did, XLM did, Bytecoin did. HEX never will. It's a safe within a safe, locked and isolated code you can't screw with. It's immutable. Bitcoin's not immutable. They change it all the time. As a matter of fact, they've got a whole code system around changing it. So the Bitcoin improvement proposal system, I don't know whether it's BIP 8 or BIP 11 or what BIP number it was. It's the signaling code for deciding which changes the miners will implement. And so there's a whole mechanism by which they vote on what changes they're going to make, whether it's going to be a soft fork or a hard fork.
Okay.
But people say things like, Bitcoin can never be changed. And you're like, well, I mean, we'd got a 40% throughput in keys with SegWit 5 years ago. That was a change. And like,
I mean, listen, I'm a Bitcoiner. I just believe in everything else. I believe I'll put it better. I believe everything that is legitimate in this space can go ahead and exist. I
agree with that. I mean, look, there's a lot of good innovation in the space. There really is.
Otherwise,
I love the zero knowledge proof stuff. I love the zero knowledge proof stuff that made Tornado Cash possible. I love, believe it or not, the stablecoin stuff, because a lot of people that want to use crypto for business, they need that stablecoin because they can't take on the risk that the price moves the wrong way and they just are out of business now. So they need stablecoins. They need anonymity technology, because otherwise all the employees will know what all the other employees are making. All the suppliers will know what all the other suppliers are making. for business, you do need privacy.
Yeah.
And for general humanity, you need privacy. It's a human right.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Have you seen, before I lead into, I'll ask you two. Number one, do you think Ethereum 2.0 goes, actually happens? And when it happens, does it go ahead and dock and go off without a hitch? Or will you see problems?
Software takes a long time, and software sometimes has bugs.
But we're okay with waiting, right? I'm okay with waiting.
I'm okay with waiting. I mean, look, I'd like PulseChain to launch before it, but truthfully, it really doesn't matter whether PulseChain launches before it or not, because it doesn't affect the gas fees. Ethereum 2.0 does absolutely nothing to affect the gas price.
Correct.
It does nothing to increase throughput. It is the exact same gas price, homies. And so PulseChain is there to help get those gas fees down, give everyone the largest free airdrop. And so whether we should beat them to market, but in case we don't, it's fine, because we're still trying to help get their fees down.
PulseChain is coming in as competition towards Ethereum.
Well, if you want to lower the gas fees, you have exactly two ways to do that. Reduce demand. I guess you could just do drive-by shootings on users, or increase supply. PulseChain increases supply by a lot.
Got it.
Same code. Empty chain.
Have you seen or have you been reading the shit that's happening with Nick Carter? Like now the Bitcoin Max.
The child writer, the little kid that writes about Bitcoin. What's going on with him?
He's I guess at war, or I would say that the maxis are kind of attacking him because
but he is a maxi. I don't get it.
Well,
he's a maxi.
If you read, so I've been reading.
Did he de-maxi himself?
I don't know. I think he's softened his position, and the maxis don't like that.
No, they don't.
So it seems like
people with no followers are very angry when people with followers talk to other people. It's very funny to me.
He went on Bankless, and I guess he sounded soft about his position or some shit like that.
That guy David that runs Bankless is a piece of trash, for the record.
I don't know him, by the way, but these are the words of Richard. All right, so we touched on all the things that I personally wanted to touch on, except for your clothing, man. So what made you go ahead and say, oh, well,
what do you like? You like my Louis Vuitton airplane? This is like 40 or 50 grand. This is 20, 25 grand, something like that.
I just want to know, so, I mean, we spoke about this earlier because I was on your live stream before we went ahead and did Gokhshtein Unfiltered here today. But
and we ain't putting no motherfucking filter, did we? No, we earned that fucking phrase, unfiltered. We did.
Fucking filtered because, you know, I got Richard here talking about his penis size and diamonds and Ferraris and Lambos. And
Red Bull can. When next time you're drinking a Red Bull, my dick is that size. So enjoy.
Yeah. So my thing is, you know, I asked this question and it fell onto the live stream, but I'm going to ask it again, even though it's repetitive. You bought all these things to get attention. Yeah.
And I'm going to keep doing that.
Because you feel working. Because you honestly feel that you can't get the attention that you deserve because having
this shit makes me more interesting than other people. So I'm more fun to write about. You just want to be known
as the most interesting motherfucker in crypto.
Look, man, if I live in like, I'm the self-help author that made the coin that went up 10,000x, that called the top on the day. I am a god in this industry, a literal fucking god. But apparently that ain't enough to get no goddamn news articles written. But buying the world's largest diamond gets a news article. Eating $600 per spoon caviar, that gets a news article. So me acting silly gets news articles. Okay. All right. Well, I can act silly. That's fine. I get you in with the stupid crap and I shift you into wholesome, healthy living. I get you to delay gratification. I get you to work out. I get you to eat healthy. I get you to give better apologies, have better relationships, stop drinking, stop gambling, stop trading. I make your life as good as I can possibly make it. I truly care.
Okay.
And so the only way to get these guys into saving them, the only way to get them to take my good advice is if they hear it. The only way to get them to hear it is through this outrageous crap.
You don't need to be doing none of this shit. No, I'm
Look
just
at the Winklevi twins. No one listens to them. Nobody listens to the Winklevi twins, and they got tons of money. And they were Olympians. And they're like 8 foot tall twins. Like, you do need this shit, man, or they should have, more impact.
No, what I mean by that is we don't need to be doing none of this shit. Like, I personally,
Oh, you mean I could just sit
I don't
on
need
an
a
island
media
and
company.
hang
I
models,
don't need to
guess.
be out here talking on a microphone. I could just fucking be me, and I don't need none of this shit.
Yeah,
So you don't
it's
need
true.
to be doing this shit.
I need glory, man. I do. I'm glory driven. I want all these motherfuckers to know I'm better than them. I'm already better. I know it. My people know it, but I want them to know it. So these motherfuckers need to understand I'm better than they are. I'm a better human being than they are. I make more impact in the world. I help people more. I generate more millionaires. I'm a better human being. They need to understand it.
Okay.
So Suzu, that lost everybody's money, Mashinsky, that lost everybody's money, they need to understand that I'm living the dream and saving people while they're destroying lives. They're scumbags, and I'm a god. That's what's up.
Let me ask you before we end here, and I got to say I appreciate you coming on the show. I know most of the times that they bring you on the show, maybe they have the I got you moments with you. And though I disagree with you on some of the things that you went ahead and said today, just because I feel differently, and we're all entitled to feel differently, and we should. Nobody should be a yes man, because you get nowhere with that shit. I appreciate you.
My yes men have done pretty well. My yes men have done pretty good, dude.
Well, you got an army, and congratulations. You built an army of. Well,
here's the funny thing. They built themselves.
Well,
so the funny thing about my guys, Hexicans are unique because to be a Hexican, you have to ignore everyone telling you that Hex was a scam and I was a scammer. You had to ignore everybody and think for yourself. And so Hexicans are a lot of military guys, a lot of gun guys, a lot of muscle guys, a lot of rich guys, and just independent, strong men is the primary Hexican. If you want me to tell you what most Hexicans are, they're strong men.
Good.
And we've got women in the community too. And they, from what I see, they're strong. They do their own live streams. They, make their own narratives. They like organize themselves. Like we had a Hex NASCAR. I had nothing to do with it. There's Hex billboards all the time. There's Hex things going on left and right that the community does that I'm the last guy to know about. And
I don't think the community or anybody in the crypto industry can deny how strong the Hex community is. I don't give a fuck if anybody likes you, likes Hex, PulseChain, doesn't matter. The community itself is super fucking strong. So,
and we've got Bitcoin, real Bitcoin lovers. Like I just had a debate with a very good Hexican who absolutely loves Bitcoin. And I'm like, well, man, get ready. Let's go. Let's have the debate. So even, in the Hex community, we're not like carbon copies of each other, right? So some guys still FOMO crap coins. Some guys still trade. Some guys still love Bitcoin. Yeah. Like we've got a plethora of amazing people in Hex.
Give me
and wait till PulseChain's got 50% more people in the chat room. Well, it doesn't exist yet. Wait until you see what it does.
We'll have you back on for the PulseX drop. I want to ask you to end this. You
follow me. You gotta follow me, guys.
We'll get to that also.
Okay. All right.
And we'll put it out there.
Thanks, man.
I wanted to ask you a question. Well, or end it on your favorite quote of all time.
I mean, I'll give you my favorite quote of me, and then I'll give you my favorite quote of somebody else, because that's in tune with me calling myself a god and stuff. So I got to quote myself like the dude from The Office.
Okay.
Bring your heroes here to die. Find the smartest, most badass people that you think that disagree with me, and you bring them here, and I'll crush them in front of you. And you can cry and watch them carried off in a body bag, because I got a trail of bodies behind me of people that stepped to me, and they're deceased now. They don't talk, no more smack. They're hiding. I win every time. You debate me, you lose. Second, my favorite quote's a Calvin Coolidge quote that says, it's actually a very long one, so I'm going to butcher it. And it's something to the effect that persistence triumphs over all things. Talent, there's endless stories of people with great talent that are losers. There's endless stories of smart people that don't use their smarts. The people that make the difference in this world are those that are. I'm going to fucking read you this quote because I'm just fucking murdering it. Let me give you this quote.
The quote here. Read it to me, man.
Sorry, bro.
And next time
you're going to be beeping all this stuff out. You're going to be like,
when Richard came on, I should have asked him about his upbringing, because I was listening to that, and
Miami.
That show was
Technically Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
A lot of cursing. Grew up doing construction. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan, press on, has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. I did an okay job paraphrasing that.
Not bad.
That's my favorite quote, man.
Listen, first of all, I just want to thank you for coming on to the podcast. As I stated, listen, anybody who's ever tuned into Unfiltered, I'm not here with the gotcha moments. I just want my questions answered, period. Some of the questions that I ask, people don't like them. I don't really give a shit. These are questions that I personally want to know. And I appreciate when people just answer them or say, you know, a good question, I'll get back to it. It's really one of those things. But I appreciate you coming on.
My pleasure.
I can't wait to have you back when.
Can I show my links now?
yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna let you do that. I can't wait until Pulse X comes out. And you know what?
Well, you got to understand, Pulse and Pulse X are two different things. PulseChain is the fork of the Ethereum network, the world's largest free airdrop. Pulse X is the fork of Uniswap.
See, I'm stupid. Like I was
okay. So there's two. There's PulseChain, Pulse X, and Hex, and there'll also be an incentive token as well. So there's going to be a lot of there's going to be Hex on Ethereum chain, Hex on the PulseChain. There's two price charts there. Pulse X and PulseChain, there's two more price charts, and then the incentive token. We got 5 tokens we're going to have to talk about the price charts on. It's going to be wild, and you can go see how they're working on testnet now. Go play with the testnet, man. Your coins are sitting there. They're just waiting for you to be play. You can trade your coins right now. If you're already wrecked on Ethereum or tokens on Ethereum, you can go trade these other coins you're not wrecked on yet. It's testnet. You can have fun. You know,
Richard is this close to having me this close, but I got to say that I think in 5 years, if he doesn't already, I think Richard will have more Bitcoin in his wallet. I think so. I feel it. And then the Bitcoin maxis will celebrate like
I'm sure they will.
Braveheart.
I'm sure they're happy how much Bitcoin Vitalik probably has. People don't realize you used to be able to trade 1 Bitcoin for 2,000 Ethereum when it launched.
Listen,
so somebody got that Bitcoin, didn't they?
I think they should have never turned Vitalik away, but I guess that's a story for another day.
Follow me, guys. Twitter.com/Richard, Twitter.com/RichardHartWin, Instagram.com/RichardHartOfficial, YouTube.com/RichardHart, free self-help books, t.me/Scivive, SCIVIVE, world's largest free airdrop, PulseChain.com, fork of Uniswap, PulseX.com, and Hex.com, maybe the world's best performing asset. Still up 250x versus Bitcoin, still up 250,000x, 2,500x from January 5th of 2020. Yeah. And everything in crypto is a big dip. So, you know, you can get now stuff for 10 times less, 5 times less than you could have, 6 to 8 months ago. So, dips in crypto for things that have product market fit really are life-changing opportunities. I do think that the bull market will return, and I think it's going to have to be after the rest of this leverage is washed out. I want to see Saylor bite his fingernails. I want to see, these liquidations. Right now, they're trying to put Celsius on like a maybe liquidate some if you want cash at a big discount, or maybe if you want to hold your crypto and sit in the counterparty risk some more because you didn't learn your lesson the first time.
Yeah,
you got to see how much they're going to sell.
He comes with sledgehammers, man. It's not like, he didn't come with just a mic. He came with sledgehammers and a chair and a table to go ahead and just do some Jeff Hardy shit over the top rope here, or a ladder. But Rich,
good talking,
I thank you for coming on, and I'm looking forward to talking to you next time, man.
Sounds good, man. Ciao.
And I'm going to let you go buy your Bitcoin. Have a good one.
Later, man.
Later.